Hi folks, now if this video went out in order as it should, you'll see that I showed you this Barlow last time, and I was particularly pointing out that this was the case stamp for 2019. The last year they did their vault knife was the Barlow, and they produced various of these. I picked up a couple of them, and they show the case stamp. Now it has the word case, double X, double tested. And it has one little cross. When this pattern first started, or this pattern of tang stamp started, there were 10 little crosses, and they took one off each year until there were none left. So that was the 2019 blade tang stamp. Now we move on to 2020, and the new stamp, oops, thumbs in the way, has case in a different font, double X, and you'll see there are 5 little dots. Sorry, it's slipping a man. 5 little dots above the case, and if I half shut the blade, 5 more below. So each year, in 2021 there'll be 9, 2022 there'll be 8, and so forth until we get to the end of the decade. And in 2030 there'll be a new stamp with a new font. So if I can get these both into focus at the same time, old and the new. And case collectors use these to show them what year of knife they have got. Now, if the Barlow was last year's vault knife, what's this year's? Well, this year's is this. Now, it's the which way up is it? That way. Get it that way up. The Mini Hunter. Now, you could say it's very small, or it could be that it's just a long way away. Well, I'll tell you, it's very small. Now, I like little knives, but just by way of comparison, this is what's known as the baby butterbean, which I always think of as the baby canoe. That's the kind of the full-size canoe. So that's the sort of standard pocket knife size, Barlow size, canoe sized. Now the baby canoe, what I think is a baby canoe, it's known as the baby butterbean, is that one. And this little knife is almost exactly the same size. Now if anybody's ever had a Hunter, and unfortunately I don't have one, if I had one I'd show you it. The Hunter is generally a pretty huge knife. It's got a sort of 4-inch blade, I think. Someone will correct me on that, no doubt, but there we are. This one is a 2-blade knife. It's available as a single blade or a twin blade. I tend to like the twin blade ones, so I went for this one. It's quite a nice pair of blades actually. We have here, oops, the main clip blade. Now we've already just seen the tang stamp on that, because that's what I was just showing you as we came in. The new case 2020 tang stamp. There's nothing on the reverse side. At least I've wiped it and taken off most of the fingerprints. Still a bit of grease streaks. Now I got this from Slip Joint Guy, and again he's done his usual. He's checked over these knives before he sent them to me, and there's a, hold on. There's a bit of gubbins on the back. I can't wipe it off, but that's just a little something stuck on it. I'll clean that off in a minute. No, it's a nice knife, no gaps, nicely put together. The Stag bone handles match up to the bolsters pretty well. Nothing to complain about. I mean, I suppose when it's magnified like this, you can see perhaps a tiniest gap. You've got nickel silver caps to it as well. I mean, as well as being of butterbean size, you could almost see it as almost a shrunken toothpick. You know, you've got this sort of powder horn shape and the clip, but if you just imagine shrinking that down, you'd get a very similar shape. So it's a very pleasing little shape. Now I like little pocket knives. I've always got 1 or 2 around the place. You know, whether it's a modern thing like the little Serge Panchenko thing that I've got, or the little Higonakami that lives on my keychain, or my Swiss Army Classic, or indeed my little baby butterbean, which I quite often put as a, if I'm wearing a suit jacket, I put this in the outside left pocket of my jacket. It's very quick and easy to get to, but it's so light it doesn't weigh down your jacket and spoil the line of it. Anyway, coming back to this, we've got these lovely bone stag scales, which are lovely covers, and then we've a second blade, which is a drop point. Nice little, I mean, if you were hunting with this would be your little, it would be your skinning blade. Although I think if you're going to hunt anything bigger than a vole or a mouse, this probably isn't the right knife for you. But if you are planning on going vole hunting, mouse skinning, this is probably about perfect. But no, this is a nice little knife just to stick in your pocket of your suit. And I have carried it quite a few times already, and it's been useful for opening things and so forth. And again, with the tang stamp there with the patent number and the SS4 stainless steel. As I say, I got this from a slip joint guy. Very, very efficient. He's very good at sending stuff to the UK. His rates are pretty good, and actually this was cheaper to buy from him, even by the time I'd paid for shipping to the UK, than it would be to have bought it from a UK dealer. Plus, I have the advantage of having it pre-checked for quality control by a decent person that I absolutely trust. I dare say if I asked Heine Haynes, they would as well, but I don't know. I mean, they're a big warehouse. Whereas slip joint guy is a guy working out of his own house, and he's a nice guy. I trust him. You can talk to him, and he sent this over at obviously US retail price plus shipping, and there we are. So if you like this sort of stuff, and there is more of this coming up, let me tell you, because this wasn't all he sent me, please like and subscribe, and you will see these the next ones in this series appearing. Thank you.